Barack Obama.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, what a wonderful reception and a wonderful crowd. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here, and thank you for the wonderful Lexington welcome. I have been running for president for about a year now. I announced on the steps of the old state capitol in Springfield, Illinois, on February 10th. It was 7 degrees that day, and I stood there with my wife and children and 17,000 of my closest friends, and we announced that I was embarking on this unlikely journey to change America. Now, people asked me at the time, why did you decide to run, at least in this election? And I said, well, I'm not running because of some long-held ambitions. I know people have been looking through my kindergarten papers, but that is not why I decided to run. I'm not running because I thought it was somehow owed to me. I'm running because of what Dr. King called the fierce urgency of now. The fierce urgency of now, because I believe there's such a thing as being too late. And I believe that moment's almost upon us. But she couldn't understand how it is that the government wasn't just as determined to help her. And I couldn't understand it either, because that's the spirit of America. And if we are serious about change, if we're serious about rebuilding this country, then we've got to listen to that young woman, where that spirit has to come through. This is our moment, and this is our time. And if you'll stand with me and vote for me and work with me, I promise we won't just win an election, but you and I together, we're going to transform this country. We're going to transform the world. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Senator, your cell phone?
What's that?
You're a lefty?
I am. Which used to be an advantage on the basketball court. My signature, I tell you what, has gotten a lot worse, though. It used to be legible. Now, you sign so much, it just gets, it's just a scrawl. Wow, this young lady really blew up this picture, huh?
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Pixel size. Bridget.
All right, I guess I better personalize this one since you did all that.
Let's look at the picture. Bridget. Oh, sorry.
I hope she doesn't say to folks that we're married or something. Doesn't that look like a little bit like? It's like, yeah, that's my ex-husband. This is how it begins. That's why I'm going to write, thanks for the support. Just to make clear here. This is a platonic relationship, whoever this young lady is. All right. Well, the chief printed these out pretty quick.
Took about 5 minutes?
Second.
So what? No.
No.
G-R-E-E-N.
Click the color, sir.
Yeah. This girl in the audience.
Let me tell you, this was the cutest little baby. This one, this little round head. She had just the biggest eyes I'd ever seen. Yeah. She had this just a little patch of hair, and they had tied it up in a little bow. She looked like a, one of those monks or something,
Stacey, I'll take this back out. Okay.
She was just adorable. She was just pinching my cheek, too. Look at it. Sasha. My kids, this is when they're, how much they've grown just. It happens so fast. Kids grow fast, though. All right. Stand ready.
When you take a look at what's going on here in South Carolina with job losses and the slowing economy, what can we do here to, determine which candidate would be best to make sure that the economy is improved here in the Palmetto State?
Well, I think there are two questions you have to ask. One is who came up with a plan that makes the most sense in stemming a recession? And very early on, we put forward a plan for tax rebates, a supplement to Social Security to get money into the pockets of folks right away. It turns out that that's what most economists now agree needs to happen. And I think it's an indication of how, rather than just trying to jump the gun and get out first on a package, we thought it through and put together a package that I think the consensus now appears to be the right one. There is a long-term agenda, and that is how do we create good jobs at good wages, good pensions, and create upward mobility and opportunity in our society. And on that front, my plans to invest in education, putting $18 billion in everything from early childhood education to paying our teachers more, to making sure that college is affordable for young people with a $4,000 tuition credit, creating a clean energy agenda that can create jobs, particularly in rural communities around the state, having a trade policy that is fair and just and has labor standards and environmental standards. The track record that I've accumulated over 20 years of work on those issues, I think should give the people of South Carolina some confidence I'll be fighting for them. Sure. I have some very strong views about what I think needs to happen, but I think, as I said earlier there are a lot of disaffected Republicans right now who recognize that the Bush policies haven't worked, and I want them to come on over and try an Obama presidency.
Great. Thanks, sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the time.
Appreciate it.
Pleasure to
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
I'm Andrew Gobeil. Senator Barack Obama is walking by right now, reminding you once again that on ETV we're going to give you live, complete coverage of the election return Saturday night at 8 o'clock on ETV.